Hey guys, it's Alicia. Today I'm going to be making up a recipe that I found on the WW app for Mango-Oat Streusel Muffins. We had a box of fresh mangoes and we've got a couple left that we need to get eaten up. So I went looking for a recipe that I could use the fresh mango in and found this one on the app. Now, as with most WW recipes, I made some changes to theirs. And so the recipe that I'm going to be linking, or the recipe builder link that I'm going to be linking down below in the description box, is going to be reflective of their recipe with my changes. These look like they're going to be good, so I thought I would take you guys along with me as I make these. Let me jump into the ingredients real quick. First off, what you're going to need is 1 1/8 cup all-purpose flour, and that's going to be divided. Back here I've got some quick oats. The recipe's calling for old-fashioned oats or rolled oats, but I have just got quick on hand, so those should be fine. You're gonna need 1 1/4 cup of those. And then here I've got some light brown sugar. I'm gonna need 2 tablespoons of that. And then here I have got the Lakanto Monkfruit sweetener, the classic. I'm gonna be using 1/4 cup of that. And the reason I'm using regular brown sugar instead of the Lakanto brown is I want that brown sugar consistency, because this is going to be for the streusel topping, and the Lakanto pretty much has the same consistency as the classic or granular sugar, and so that's not what I'm looking for. So I'm going to be using that regular brown sugar because of that, in case you're wondering. Down here I've got some salt, so you're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of that, 2 teaspoons baking powder. Here is 2 tablespoons of canola oil. And then I've got some almond extract. You're gonna need a 1/2 teaspoon of that. 2 large eggs, 2 tablespoons of butter spread or light butter spread. This is the one I always use, the Brummel Brown. A 1/2 cup of almond milk. I'm using unsweetened vanilla. 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce. This is one of my changes, just because I want to add a little bit more sweetness without sugar and a little bit more moisture. So I'm going to be using 1/4 cup of that. And then finally, of course, mango. I've got a large mango here. The recipe calls for 1 1/3 cup chopped. This will probably do it, but if not, I've got more. Like I said, I've got quite a few mangoes and we really do need to use those up. So that's why I'm doing this. So 1 1/3 cup fresh chopped mango. You could use frozen too if you want. I think that is everything, so let me jump in to getting these made. First thing I'm gonna do is get my oven preheating and get my mango peeled and chopped up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this, and I did wash this before, by the way. So I'm gonna get this peeled and chopped up and then move on to the next step. And if you guys have any tips for slicing up a mango, I would love to hear them, because I always have the hardest time slicing them up. Peeling too, to be honest, because they're so slick, but slicing them up I have a hard time with that seed in there. So any tips I would appreciate, because I don't eat mangoes all that often. In a small bowl here, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of those oats, 1/8 cup or 2 tablespoons of flour, and 2 tablespoons of my Brummel Brown. And I'm gonna just mix all that together. Okay, I started mixing this up and I realized I completely forgot my brown sugar. So 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. As I was mixing it, I thought that does not look right. It's because I forgot my sugar. Okay, now I'm gonna mix all this together. And for any of you who have been watching me for a while and are wondering what's up with the countertop that I'm working on, my wood countertop that I usually, or my wood island, I guess it is, that I usually cook on and do everything on, is getting sealed, or we sealed it, and it's curing right now, so I can't use it. It's a huge bummer because I love that thing for a lot of different reasons. So today we're over on the other countertops. Okay, that looks pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and just set this aside and work on the rest of it now. Next up, I'm gonna take my remaining 1 cup of oats, and I've got it in my little NutriBullet thing here, And I'm gonna just blend these in my NutriBullet. You could do this in a blender, in a food processor, however you wanna do it, but my NutriBullet does pretty well with turning oats into flour. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna blend this until they are a flour consistency. That looks good. It's now in a medium-sized bowl. I'm gonna pour my oat flour in, along with my remaining 1 cup of flour, ½ teaspoon salt, and 2 teaspoons baking powder. And then I'm gonna just whisk all of this together really well. I've got this all mixed up, so I'm gonna set that aside. And in another medium-sized bowl, I'm going to add in my eggs, my almond milk, Lakanto, or whatever sweetener you want to use, 1/4 cup applesauce, 2 tablespoons oil, ½ teaspoon almond extract, and then I'm going to whisk all of this together. Now that I've got that all combined, I'm going to add in my flour mixture and mix that in well. Now that I've got that all stirred together, I'm going to fold in my 1 1/3 cup chopped mangoes. And I chopped my mangoes probably a little too big for this. So you might want to go a little smaller just to make it easier to work with. But that's that. So I've got that all folded in. Now I'm going to grab my muffin tin and my silicone liners. And I like these silicone liners. I show these all the time. They work really well. And the food releases from them pretty well. So I'm going to line my muffin tin with those. And then I'm going to fill these, it says, to about half full. I'm going to use my little handy dandy ice cream scoop for that because that works really well to fill muffin cups. I've got those all filled and they're definitely filled more than halfway, which is nice to see. So now I'm going to take my topping here. I'm going to add a little bit to the top of each one, which is not going to be easy because this is really sticky. Alright, I've got those tops and now I'm going to bake them at 375 for, it says, 18 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to check them a little before 18. I let these bake for just about 18 minutes and I went ahead and pulled them because they were looking done. It says to stick a toothpick in, and if it comes out clean, then they're done. And I didn't do that, but just looking at them, they look done. So now I'm gonna go ahead and let them cool a little bit, and then I'll have my hubby give them a try. Okay, I've got a few of these, or 3 of these on a plate here. The points on these for me are 4 points a piece. We'll have my hubby give them a try, see what he thinks. They're still a little hot.
The topping's really good.
The streusel?
Yeah, it's really sweet. They're hot.
Let's see if I can show inside. Oh yeah, okay.
I wish I could figure what this smells like.
Almond extract. I love the the smell of almond extract. I can't talk today apparently.
Well, that's good. This has got a really light sweetness. And the almond flavor's really pleasant. And the mango's really add to it. It's like there's really sharp, not sharp, but a real pop of you know, that mango
Sweetness. So as I was looking at this, I obviously made it because we had fresh mangoes. But I think you could definitely use different fruits for this. But we did the mango because we have the mango.
Those are good.
Yummy.
So I can see peach, strawberry be good, blueberry,
Apple.
huckleberry.
Well, you don't like apple. Sorry.
No, apple kind of sounds gross to me, but
Yeah, I'm asking the wrong person.
yeah.
Okay.
Those
All
are
right.
good.
So 4 points for those.
Totally worth 4.
Okay. All right, guys. That was. What was that? That was Mango-Oat Streusel Muffins. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the next one.